what's a conspiracy that you believe, that you either believe or that you think is far out there?
For a long time,
Let's see.
very ignorantly, I believed in flat Earth. I guess not for a long time, but for like a year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
That's long enough.
Too long.
Yeah.
I was flat earther, and this was like when I was like 16, so gotta give me a break.
No, you know.
No, yeah.
You know.
And I was like gung-ho on it, because Kyrie was talking about it at the time.
At 16, bro? No, he was not.
When was that? When was he?
That was what, in 2019? Maybe 2020?
19? No.
It wasn't COVID. It might have been a little bit before. But either way.
I just remember he did an interview in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally how it started. It was because of Kyrie. He did a post-game interview in the locker room, and they were asking him about his thoughts on flat Earth. And literally, he was just dodging all the questions and trying to not answer at all, make him look bad or whatever. But eventually, he was just like, I think he said something along the lines was like, oh, like, it doesn't matter, like, what I believe in or whatever. But even if I do, like, basically, like, saying, like, he does.
Well,
like,
if he did. Well, that's the whole thing. And I feel like that's what the media try to portray. And, like, they twisted his words by saying he believes in it. But he was saying, even if I do, like, even if I did, like, who cares?
It was on First Take.
Bro, it was on everything. It was on CNN, Fox. Yeah, like, both sides came together just to bash Kyrie. It was bad, bro.
But you know what, bro? I think it was Cleveland. Because Celtics is...
Well, we got Mr. Google here. Can you look that up for us, Joe?
No, because Celtics time, there was another controversy for him. It was the not play thing. That was Celtics. Flat Earth was Cleveland, I think.
Wait, was it?
So that was 2016.
When was it his anti-Semitic comments about the Amazon movie that he leaked? Or that he linked?
Way recent. Way too recent.
Was that Celtics or was that Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, bro. Brooklyn or the new team.
Yeah. Okay.
Dallas. But yeah. Mine was that.
Brooklyn? Yeah.
Yeah, mine was that, and then...
so flat Earth. Anything else crazy that's, like, you believe to be true or anything at all?
No, not really. Flat Earth, but, like, it was just... Literally, it was just because, like, Shaq even said it, too. He was like, well, I've flown a plane. It looks flat to me.
Yeah, man.
And then literally, I would use that logic. I'd be like, oh, yeah, well, everything's been flat so far. Like, you just can't see it, so... But I believed it. Yeah. I was 16.
Okay, but you don't believe it now?
No, I don't believe it now.
But there is something else you believe in now.
What do I believe in?
You believe in that space isn't infinite.
Isn't infinite?
Yeah. That's what you told me like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But is that a conspiracy? Are people talking about that?
It's not. Well, I mean, it could be a conspiracy. You don't have to be. You don't have to be.
I'm gonna be the pioneer.
Yeah, you don't have to be tinfoil hat for it to be a conspiracy. Like, it could be something simple like that. And
no, I mean, they say that the universe is infinite, right? I mean,
it is infinite.
Yeah. Okay. Look, sure.
Yeah. You better pray to God Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't see this shit, bro. Maybe, I hope he does, actually. But,
I hope he does.
No, I know his ass would...
He'd light you up. I just think it's a weird thing to think that it's completely infinite and it doesn't end. It's constantly growing, right? Is what they say. It's always growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if the science says it, then I guess it's what it says. But that doesn't sound weird to you? Come on, you're gonna tell me that doesn't sound weird?
It doesn't, because I think of it as like,
man, Joey.
I don't know. In my opinion, I think of it as like a different form of life. That like the infinite universe, like it's gonna keep growing no matter what. Maybe it leads to a black hole. But why do you believe that? It's just from the research that I've done.
So it's just research. It's just
it's like personal beliefs.
But take away the research. Take away the science. You human Andrew.
Well, then I'd be
thinking
stupid.
For yourself. No, I mean you have a brain. You have logic. You're.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Wise.
Like for me, looking out, being on planes or even looking at different things, like I guess it always does go back to the research, bro, because it's like the way the eclipse is like if it was flat, it would not look like that. Or other things as well, like how Neil deGrasse Tyson talked about whenever the sun is setting in Dubai, if you're at the bottom of the Burj Khalifa, you have to go very quickly to the elevator, go all the way to the top. You'll see 2 sunsets because of the curvature of the earth.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like different things like that. On top of it, the science that has been docked for however many years we've been,
Yeah.
So it's things like that help me believe that. And then from your other point with Shaq, bro.
Well, he's an idiot.
I mean, he's a doctor and he's smart as shit. In other ways.
He's a doctor?
He's a doctor. Not in the medical field, but he's a doctor. He has his degree.
Okay.
But yeah, Shaq, like, I know he's good at a lot of shit, but the one that kind of made me discredit the whole science thing was whenever he said, the moon's got to be closer because he said, I get on a flight to LA, that's 4 hours, 5 hours. He said, a moon, that has to be, 11? He said, because I go outside on the road. He said, I don't see LA, but I see the moon, so it's got to be closer.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up knowing, like, it takes some time to get there.
But this is the fascinating thing about that, though. I like the way he's thinking. He's completely, and this is the way I try to think about a lot of things, too. He's taking away, like, science and everything that he's, like, learned that is, like, scientifically proven and just thinking for himself, like, as just a human being.
Yeah.
He's just trying to think logically. Like, you think animals are thinking about, when the moon is coming or what time the sun sets? No, they just kind of live life and don't care. So if you don't care about those things, which most people don't, not everybody's trying to figure out, like, what time it is and whenever we're gonna have the next eclipse. Like, it just sucks. It's boring. That's the real thing about it. It's just boring. If you're not a scientist, it doesn't matter at all to you. You're never gonna, it just does. You gotta watch. Check the time on your phone. That's all you need.
It does matter.
What, seasons and then
seasons, timing effects, and of course, like,
cool. Okay, cool. Mars and how long it's gonna take for us to get there. I don't care.
Yeah, well,
I do not care.
That was
however big the universe is, however infinite. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
If we were going to Mars and things like that, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't be a crazy level.
I'm not going to Mars.
You aren't.
You're not going to Mars.
I would like to. I would like to be.
You're not going to Mars, but
realistically, we might be able to in our lifetime. Maybe it depends. Elon's got to come in clutch.
We probably will, but I'm not going.
You might not be. But that was the thing that Neil talked about, and I'm calling him by his first. I know the guy personally. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, because he was saying that he disagrees with us going to Mars because the same way that we can colonize that planet and make it, livable, he said, I don't know why we can't re-Earth Earth.
Earth.
Basically, in that meaning is like, why can't we fix what we have here? Like, if it's possible to colonize a whole planet, why can't we just redo Earth? Bring it back to its original form. And I agreed with that standpoint, but that's not really a conspiracy.
Yeah,
and things like that. That's just, when I seen that, I was like, damn, like, it's just interesting hearing it being worded that way.
It is interesting. There's definitely more that we could do for the planet.
Climate change, all that shit. Like,
a lot. There's definitely a lot. And you need, if you're going to be working on the planet, then for sure, you need to know those things. But for the average Joe, you don't need to know any of that.
Well, there's more average Joes, and that's why, climate change and things like that exist. Granted, if climate change hits and it is like the way they're talking about, I'm not sure what it's going to mean for the glaciers melting and things like that. But from what I was researching, it's just going to be a little bit warmer. And it could result in, floods and things like that, catastrophic events. But, we'll get there when we get there. And, when it hits, hey, fuck it.
We'll figure it out.
But
everything's going to be all right. But, yeah.
Hopefully.
I do like to think about anything in a very, very, like, naturalistic way. That one of my favorite quotes, which you know very well.
Yeah.
Carl Jung.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
If you think along the lines of nature, you think properly. Which is very, like, it hits, like, when I first read that quote, it's one of the few quotes that I've ever read that really hits home. Like, I've never read a quote and, like, have been in awe after reading it. Yeah. Usually never. I think they're all corny. They suck. I don't really like any of them. But that one was the one for me.
Yeah.
The only one so far. Maybe a couple more, but that's really the biggest one. And I love what he's trying to say. Like, yeah, you got to try your best because we live in such a technological world. It's hard to think, along the lines with nature when you're so, like, a part of it. You're so, like, you've departed so far from it.
Yeah.
And, like, Shaq, what he said is obviously stupid. But
to a certain extent. I mean, it's crazy that people can believe that, though. Because of his influence and, like, on our generation and even, like, people his age and things like that, like, people will believe Shaq. His voice is strong.
Okay, yeah, he probably shouldn't have said it. But, like, you're an idiot to really, go with what he said and take off with it and really believe it. That's stupid. But I do like what he was trying to, like, do, which is really just try to think, like, in the most naturalistic form possible. And, we were talking about something else. Oh, yeah, the infinite universe thing.
Yeah.
From a very naturalistic, perspective and thinking.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I would like to think that what we have here is just here.
Yeah.
And like not talking about Earth specifically. I'm talking about like the universe. It is just one giant map.
Okay.
This huge world or huge, universe, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. And that there's other life out there, right? I'm not opposed to that, but like, yeah, I do think about it like just like that. Like, what if it is already here? Like to think that it's infinite. Like, I don't know. It seems a little sci-fi to me.
Well, then let me ask you this. Well, I guess with the quote thing, there's only one quote that's stood out to me. I have a lot of I write a lot of them.
Yeah, you're an IG kind of girl. Swipes, quotes.
I love quotes, man. I like reading that stuff. I find it interesting.
You got a Pinterest?
I do. I have one for my business, and then I have one for different accents on the wall.
Nice,
but
nice.
yeah, no. One of the quotes was from Mike Tyson when he was talking to Ngannou. You remember that? The one I sent you, where he's like, the highlights that you have in your world, like you're showcasing your talents. You can tell that you're favored by God. Do you remember that one? He's like, when you're favored by God, just know that you're also favored by the devil, and that both are going to be pulling for you. Just always remember that, leave with who you came with. And when I heard him say that, especially the way it was edited, the music in the back, it's like, damn.
Yeah, I remember it.
That was a cold ass quote. And then it just got me thinking, and that's one that stood out to me. And the other one would be Connor when he said, I'm so jacked, I'm throwing weights through the roof.
That one?
Yeah, that one. So both of those resonated a lot with me.
Why do you think, because there's people bro, I cannot handle quotes.
Yeah.
I think they're so cheesy and they're
it's
so
not your forte.
corny.
I mean, we're not all cut from the same cloth.
Yeah. But how many quotes would you say have really hit you like that?
It's been a few, but that was the number one.
Like over 100?
Sure. No, I've read more than 100, but actually Ogro got me a book that has a lot of quotes, poems, and things like that are pretty interesting. It's pretty insightful on the different ways of thinking and the different ways you can be loved, and just overall, just a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting reading that, and it changes your perspective, because I think that's all quotes are really there to do. The whole motivation thing, I don't know. The more I learn, the less I believe in motivation. I don't think it's a real thing.
Motivation?
Yeah, I don't really think that it's real in the way you can get your ass kicked and you can want to do something, but I don't really think that's motivation. I think that's just you wanting to do better. And that's why when I hear these things, people are saying, you got to get motivated, this and that, it's you just got to be disciplined, bro, and just do whatever it is, do your job.
So you think it's more of it's kind of like an inherent ability that we all have, that we can all be,
I think we can all tap into it.
Yeah.
There's natural motivators, but I don't think that the word motivation, when I hear it, is kind of cheesy to me. And it could be very condescending the way I'm wording it, but just the way I believe it to be is very, I don't know, it's just different.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like I said, that's what I believe quotes do, is that they just challenge you to think in a different perspective. And that's something that I enjoy and I take away from them.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm very who was it? I think it was George Jenko that said something along the lines of whoever you hear advice from, you want to always try and vet who's giving that advice.
Well, yeah, of
right?
course.
You want to make sure whatever they're saying is credible, right?
If they are a credible source to be giving that advice.
And these IG quotes, anyone can just make them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I read them, I have no respect for it, because even if it is I guess it could be so wise.
Yeah.
I don't need to find out who read it or who wrote it, but I think it's pretty rare to come across quotes like that, because everything else is pretty general. It's all the same shit. It's all easy
just keep
stuff.
going.
Just literally, that.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah. That's all that most of them are, I feel like. So when I see one like Carl Jung, I know Carl Jung. I know who he is. He's a famous, probably the most famous psychoanalyst in history.
Yeah.
And obviously, he deserves so much respect. And when I read them, I'm like, oh my god, yeah. But so I guess that's why I have more of it's just distasteful to me to read these random quotes, because I don't know who's writing them.
Yeah.
And but I'm like that with my life or anything. Whoever's giving me advice, they better be living it, or they better actually really believe it.
Yeah.
They can't. I'm not gonna take advice or anything from anyone who isn't credible.
That's the hard thing too, bro. And I've noticed in life, especially within our circles, it's very hard to have those credible sources because we're not surrounded by it. like to a certain extent. Like the people that I look up to, I'm not with now. And it's hard for me not to take advice, but to really like believe somebody, to be credible when I'm not surrounded by that circle just yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hardest thing. I guess just, replying to what you just said.
Yeah. I think you could probably learn more from observing those people.
Probably.
Than more than you can from hearing advice from them. I think so. I guess it depends, but like for me personally, like I've learned a lot from just observing people. I definitely seek my way out and try and talk to them, but like I don't know, some things are just obvious to like what they say, like whatever advice they're giving is like it's apparent, like like I can see that, like I know that that's you mean that because your life says it, your actions show it. So
I guess that's where we're different then, because I would say I'd rather them talk to me, and I'd rather them give me like that guidance, because the first person I think it was like Gabe, my cousin, and like the way he's about his business, and like I've learned a drastic amount of business from him, even if he doesn't think that he's taught me a lot. It's like I've learned so much from him by asking questions and kind of seeking that advice from him, rather than me, because if I just watched from afar, I wouldn't know why he's doing the thing. If anything, I'd be like, you're fucking crazy for doing what you're doing. But then when I get the insight, I'm like, oh, like it makes sense.
Okay, so, I guess in that regard,
is that more mentorship, or is that more like advice seeking?
On your part?
I guess just in that scenario, because like for you, like where would you say that you learn from the most, like today? Is it by watching people? Is it by like seeking the advice, or...
My own experience.
Yeah.
Definitely the most is the best way, for sure. Like my own personal experience. For sure, like you can learn a lot from listening and watching people, but your own physical experience is going to be the best teacher always. And I always preach that. But yeah, I wonder if that's more of like how you were just saying right now, if it's more of like a listening thing, like because you're more of a visual learner, or you're more of a, I don't know, like a listening learner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Or is it just a mixture of both then, I guess?
It could be a mixture, but it's just, we're all just cut from different cloths, and we're not all meant to work and be the same.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's what makes us special.
Yeah. Experience for sure, though. Best teacher. And I think that's where I learned the most from.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that, like what the example you just gave was like, because advice is, so it can always be different for anything.
Yeah, for sure.
I was thinking of like, what if a guy like hated his life, he had a kid, and he's telling you not to have a kid,
Well, that's different.
It's pretty obvious. Like, like you can see, like, like he hates his life, and that,
I mean,
just because he's saying it, doesn't make it more valid. Like, it's just, you already know that. So it just depends on the advice. And
yeah, well, it's the most famous quote from one of the most infamous, famous quotes from Kanye. Is like, I'm not going to take advice from someone I'm doing better than. As douchey as it sounds, but it's the truth. Quote, man. It's the truth, though, man, because, like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to. Like, if, somebody's just telling me how to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm already a master at it. It's like, or at least I can learn more. I don't know. But that's why. But
then those people, too, like, some people could be really fucked up, really down low. And, like, I don't know, like, I can imagine, like, I'm sure that there's a story of some hobo telling somebody some really wise thing.
Some cold-ass shit.
Some cold-ass lines,
Some cold-ass bar, yeah.
And it could hit you, right? Depending on the quote, depending on the person. But, like, yeah, I guess it doesn't, we can't discredit everybody.
No, I agree.
It's just easy to do that, because I always do that. Like,
it's so easy, bro, to discredit and to write off and stereotype. Like, it is easy. It's way easier to do that than believe the good in people. And I know one of the stories from my brother telling me when he used to go, to downtown and do a lot of like things for the homeless and with the homeless. Like, one of the people were like, man, like everybody thinks we're drug addicts out here. Like everybody writes us off. Yeah. Well, like, no, like the people looking at them, like the homeless, they're like, man, they think we're crackheads and or this and that. Like,
Yeah. But the hobos are saying this.
The dude that he met with was, because my brother would go take them to get food and then to go buy, like, just help him out, basically.
He was a hobo though, or no?
The guy, yeah. Okay. So my brother met him up, and he's like, hey man, you look like down on your luck. Can I help you with anything? The dude's like, yeah, for sure. Wow. So they're chopping it up, and they're exchanging stories. My brother's like, hey, like, how did you get here? And the dude was like, well, I had a bad divorce. Wife, had a kick-ass lawyer. Apparently took everything. Yeah. Took the kids, gone, moved to Florida or wherever they moved to. Yeah. And he's like, my family, they all passed away, so it's just me. I have no resources. And he's like, I tried to get a job. I wasn't in time. My assets froze. I had nothing left. Yeah. And he's like, and now I'm here. I'm trying to get on my feet, but you don't know how hard it is out here. Yeah. And so when I hear stories like that, it makes me want to give, right? Help them. But then there are the bad stigma behind, like, are you going to use this money for some shit? Or so it's hard to really justify that. And that's where the judgment and stereotypes come into play.
Yeah, it's interesting. My experience with hobos have always been shit.
I mean, for me too, always. Bro. I mean, yeah.
Always. Yeah. So it's hard for me to have faith or belief or to even have that motivating factor to like want to go out and give. Yeah. Because it's always been shit. Like it's always been disrespectful and just terrible. Like I remember once I was offered to give this hobo food, and he snatched the bag out of my hand. Yeah. Didn't say thank you. Walked off. Dude. That was it. Yeah. And I was leaving a restaurant and I had a free bag of food that I was taking home for leftovers. And I was like, you know what? Literally, I don't know why it got, but in my heart, I was just feeling nice that day, I guess. And it was something I would never do. But I decided, you know what? I'm gonna give this person free food. Did it? Yeah. Horrible experience. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, it's hard for me to find that motivation to actually do that.
It is tough, bro. I remember the only incident I've had like that was genuinely bad was I had a couple blankets from Walmart that I would go buy, and that was when I was working at the county because of how many homeless people I've seen right there by Minute Maid and things like that, just lined up by the halfway house. Yeah. And so I had a couple blankets, and then I gave them out, and they're like, "Man, motherfucker, where's the goddamn food at?" I was like, "Hey, yo, like I'm out here trying to, so shit like that." I'm like, "Damn, bro, like." It's hard to help, man. They're rejecting the help. They want some food. Yeah. They want to get, get cashed out.
I've had a lot of bad
experiences. Take your shit to Louisiana, Golden Nugget.
I've had a lot of bad experiences with hobos. I remember one time we were living in a not so good area, and it was like 3 a.m. at night, and we had this hobo, this like crazy guy. He was definitely got cracked out of his mind on drugs completely. Screaming at the top of his lungs, running around our house. Hell yeah. Running around our house. 3 a.m. Hell yeah. Scary as fuck. Hell yeah. And yeah, like I've had that happen. I've had hobos try and mess with my car, trying to open my doors and shit, and just being weird. Yeah. And so is that like I definitely have like a thing with hobos where I'm like, yeah, but
they're always in good shape though, huh?
They do look good. They always got a good full head of hair.
And they're always cut up, man. Yeah. They are. So it's a good look. Honestly, I'm not even kidding, bro. I was gonna write a bit about that. It's like I might do a little,
on hobos.
Maybe I get in shape a little
and,
bit.
because it sounds really ugly.
That's so stupid, bro.
It sounds really ugly, like where I'm coming from about the hobo thing. But like,
I mean,
I understand. Like, it's some people are just born with the worst deck of cards. The worst hand, and they have to deal with what they got to do with what they got. And they become hobos, just Is
that the politically right term to call them?
What is it? The homeless or the homeless, man? The unhoused.
Sure.
And like.
What happened, Joey?
No, that's actually the politically correct way. In California, that's what they call them. Dude. But yeah, like I understand, and I have empathy for them for sure. But there's only so much you can do to help somebody that's so fucked up, To
a certain extent, yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course, but like, there's some people that just want to be homeless. Yeah. And that's just what they, this is just what they want, and there's nothing you can do to change that. Like, like it's just, infected mind, and it's hard to change. But
I could see that, but I mean, going back to the conspiracy thing, JFK got shot, bro.
And next is gonna be RFK.
I hope not.
Hopefully not.
Because let's be honest, if RFK got his shit blown to smithereens, rest in peace. But
rest in peace.
You don't think that like people would wake up finally and be like, hold on, man, his uncle got smoked and now his ass got smoked?
Yeah, and not just his uncle. I mean, a lot of his family got smoked.
Did they? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of his family members got smoked.
But yeah, I don't know that. What was the other one? The pyramids, bro.
What was the conspiracy? Oh, pyramids?
It's like those two for me go hand in hand. I really do believe that Lee Harvey Oswald was because you read his backstory about it, like him being a Russian spy and he was married to a Russian woman.
Not really. I don't know much about the guy at all.
Yeah, you heard about that? There's different things like that that make me wonder, like, okay. And he used to be a sniper back in whatever, and so many things like that. So it makes me believe, like, they hired his ass. Government didn't want him in there. He was shutting down, or he was putting up a lot of policies that were basically going against the government and a lot of the mob that helped him get in. A lot of different things. And so when he started acting on things that they didn't want, they put him away. Even he was talking about aliens back then, and he was going to release certain documents exposing that. Now they call them UAPs.
They're very socially accepted now.
Yeah, well, it's different now. I mean, we're
seeing these videos coming out of these crazy things in the military going on.
They're all military experiences. Or
is that what it is? So aliens aren't real. Nope. It's just it's
I work
really
there.
High tech. Oh, would you work at Area 51?
Yeah, I work there.
Is your name Bob Lazar?
I wish it was, man. I'd have been dead. But that
how's he not dead?
It's different, bro. They have to have people like that to push the agenda, like to go against it to create the grain, bro. It creates divide and division.
Wait, hold on. The people that are trying to keep away aliens?
The people who are trying to keep us on the fence about it. They have to create division and things like that. Always have us going against each other.
Who are they?
I can't say.
Damn.
Hey, but I will say this.
Yeah.
I will say that. Keep your eyes open, huh? To keep them peepers peeled. But that and the pyramids, bro.
So pyramids.
That's not a conspiracy though. The bitches are there. We know they're there. Who built them?
What's your take?
Give
it to the people.
After really watching Graham Hancock, that guy, bro,
Hancock, man. The GOAT.
And of course, the whole thing at first with me, I was so skeptical about it because I was like, man, how accurate can he be?
Yeah.
Like, how credible is he? And even if, like, a theory is a theory, so I do believe that it sounds in the frequencies and,
for sure,
that maybe move those stones. If not that, I like Joe Rogan's take where he said they were taking psychedelics and they were able to move them with their minds.
Damn.
I like that one.
That's what Rogan said?
It was one of his theories he talked about.
Okay.
But he's got a few of them.
I like that theory.
Yeah, a bunch of psychedelics, and they just move them joints.
Yeah, they're all on ayahuasca, humming together. The vibrations from the voice.
Bro, imagine being on the mountain behind them, just watching it. You see
I would have loved to been there.
If you can go back to one moment in time, and don't say the pyramids, but any other time, what would you want to see? You want to see dinosaurs? You want to see Gandhi? You want to see God? What do you want to see?
Man, Oof.
Any
There's
moment.
So many interesting times you could go back to.
Yeah.
Even in his recent history.
Yeah.
I would have loved to seen.
I'll tell you what I didn't want to see.
I would have loved to see when Churchill spoke.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. He's at the podium and he's talking to the people. Yeah, that I would have loved to see. Man, when dinosaurs were around, the last dinosaur to live, when the meteor hit.
If it did, allegedly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If it did. Yeah, because I mean,
let's see the dodo bird.
Go back. Give a rat's ass about a bird, man.
See the last bird?
We're talking about history here, bro. To see anything you want to see a bird.
That was what 18 something. Damn.
18 something.
18 something was the last dodo bird. Yeah.
I think the last one. Okay, yeah.
The last one they killed them off pretty quick. Pretty sure it was 18 something. Very recently.
Joey, can we get a fact check on that? Dodo bird extinct date?
What do you think it was? You thought it was BC times or what?
Well, I thought you said when they were like around, but when they got extinct, if you're saying it's like that, yeah. I guess. I don't know.
1681.
So you're dyslexic. You got the numbers backwards.
200 years off.
Yeah, bro.
Time is relative, so.
I want to see when Jesus walked this one. And I had it because I just talked to my mom about this. I was like, hey, like if Jesus was here, right? The Messiah was here.
Jesus was definitely here. We just don't know if he had powers, right?
Right. Depending on what you believe. And so if Jesus is here and he's doing all the miracles that they talked about in the Bible back then, would you have believed that he's the Messiah? Or would you have just been like the people that wrote him off?
I don't know. Think about today. If there was a guy that was claiming that he had all those powers.
There is people today that are false prophets.
No.
Yeah.
There's people out there claiming that they can make blood into wine or water into wine.
But it's not that. It's the false prophet life that they're living, that they believe all this stuff and things like that. But
who are these people? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
There are different people around the world right now that
have superpowers or claiming of that?
Claiming to have different abilities, but it's not that so much. It's them to announce that they are the prophet. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. You're warned about that in the Bible. It's a bunch of false prophets.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if there was somebody today that, like, you hear word about him, like, hey, man, that guy just walked on water.
Well, think about it. If there was a news, if the news, reported on that there was some guy that, like, had superpowers.
Yeah.
You read that headline, you're scrolling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Funny video, a shooting, and then that headline.
Yeah.
Are you going to believe that?
It's a God, question mark?
And it's by CNN, and it's by Fox.
Yeah. I can see that.
And then what's your initial thoughts right after you read that?
Double tap. I'll like it,
Double
and then
tap.
I'll go to the comments. What's going on? Because, like, if I was able to see the guy that's claiming to be the Messiah today, or like Jesus coming back, or even back then, because this is what I told my mom. I was like, if I got to be toe to toe with him, and he's in front of me, I think he was 5'6" or 5'5" is what they have listed at. So I'd be like, this would be Jesus. Yeah. And I would look down and I would ask him. I was like, man, let me get some of that vino that you just made, some of that water into wine, and let's talk about this. Can you walk on this shit?
It's probably good wine too.
It probably is, man.
He's not making shit.
I guarantee that's that 66 Petrus. Limited. That's what I'm talking.
Yeah.
Let me get a bottle of that, Jesus.
But if there was something like that came out today, some guy claiming that, I think a lot of people would want to believe that it's real.
Now. But that's what I'm saying. If you were back then, do you think you would have believed?
I think it'd probably be the same thing. It'd probably be a lot of people that really would want to believe that guy existed.
Because back then,
but they didn't have headlines.
They're witches and they get hung back then or killed, stoned to death.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Today, we want to believe because the story was already written. Like, we already know. We've heard this before. It's like, oh, he's back.
Yeah.
What up, baby? And that's it. But back then, would you have really believed? Or would you think, like, man, this guy's a witch. This guy's something crazy. This guy's walking on water.
Maybe, because times then were so, like, basic everything was. Wasn't, technology wasn't there. So if we had a guy coming out saying that he can, walk on water.
Walk on water, water into wine.
Probably wouldn't believe it.
No?
Probably not.
So you'd stone him and you hang him? That's what you do?
I mean, look,
Well, hey.
Yeah, I mean, that actually makes a lot of sense that they,
Yeah. He's a witch.
Put him on the cross, yeah.
Yeah, they crucified him.
Yeah.
Depending on what you believe. Watching this video.
That's right.
But yeah, no, I just thought about that the other day. I was talking to my mom about that. I was like, hey, if you were, because everybody today gives me, this is something I don't like, bro.
Yeah.
Don't give me the whole, oh, I would have believed, I would have done this. Come on, bro. Bitch.
What? Oh, they're talking about back in the day?
Yeah.
They were back there?
Because I'm like, bro,
they would believe?
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, they'd be skeptical.
I'm like, because they give me the whole, like, well, I know who it is now and this and that, and then he's always my Lord. It's like, I get it. All right?
Yeah.
But let's be honest.
No, you'd probably just think that was a crazy guy.
Because say, like, that story never happened, and it did happen today.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm like, yo, hell no. Like,
really?
I'm not believing that.
Yeah.
If there's no Bible, there's nothing written about this guy, and he pops out of nowhere walking on water. Yeah. I'm out fishing, I hear footsteps on the water. I'm like, hold the fuck up.
Damn, what does that sound like?
I don't know. I've never heard it. Call Jesus. But yeah, I've always been really skeptical about that. Like, I would want to say I would believe, but I think in the moment I'd be so stunned and so surprised that I'd be like, damn. Like, I swear that was just some water.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would be skeptical. But what was the original question? How did we get into that?
I don't know. But that's just on my mind lately.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot.
What are we at, Joey? Almost an hour.
Well, I mean, I guess, like, to wrap the things up, the last question that we had were, what celebrity today, if they died, would impact you? I think that was the question.
Oh, that was the question. What time in history would we go back to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, we really went off track with that.
Yeah, Jesus.
Shout out Jesus, man.
One time.
Our Lord and Shepherd.
Yeah, we're all sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd get it. But
that's right. We got a non-believer in here.
Him?
Why me?
That is true, bro. When I was at Summerwood, you were an atheist, and you said it.
Agnostic. Atheist is like devil worshiper, isn't it?
You don't believe in a higher power. No.
Atheist is anti-God.
That's what it is. Can we get a fact check on that again?
No. Yes, it's true. Agnostic is like has they're just what's the word? You know,
there is no higher power in an agnostic.
It's
a person who disbelieves or lacks belief of the existence of a god or gods.
Atheist.
So, yeah,
that's rough. That's rough. No. Agnostic. Person that is what is it called? Like enormal or what's the word?
I don't know.
Damn.
I didn't get that far.
Nope. They're I don't know.
Person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence of God or anything beyond material phenomena.
Young Jamie in the cut.
But that's agnostic.
So it looks like you were an atheist.
Either faith or disbelief in God.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy, buddy.
More agnostic then. Yeah.
You were an atheist.
But I mean, no, I was never anti-God. I was just.
You just weren't rooting for him.
What is the word?
I know
bro?
where you're spending your eternity. Just kidding, bro. Yeah, but hey,
they're indifferent. That's what I'm saying.
better go get baptized.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean I get it. But
I was baptized Catholic. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the Catholic church and was, felt at home.
Dude, I know you did. But there, brother, see, whenever you said that, like the Catholic, I don't know if it's the way my mind works. So many pages just turned into here, and it made me think of Pope Gregory the Ninth, the Gregorian calendar, Julius Caesar, and things like that.
Wait, when I
know
talked
about
about
that?
the Catholic thing?
Yeah, because I don't know, bro. My mind's crazy. But yeah, overall, who died? Who would you be pissed about?
Oh.
Yeah, because I mean, I know
how did we get into agnostic?
Because, dude, again.
Oh, because Joey's the non-believer. That's why. Yeah. Or me.
You.
One of the two.
If I had to flip a coin in here, it's 50-50, dog, and I would say you.
Dang.
Because you came to my house and you said, whatever you said.
Definitely a believer now.
Yeah.
But for a long time, yeah, I was agnostic.
But, I mean, you said yours, you would want to see what before, if you can go anywhere. Where would you go? Hold on. If you can go anywhere in time to see one event, if you were in like an invisible bubble and you can just observe, what would you want to see? Dinosaurs? Big ass T-Rex?
That's a good one.
I would want to see, and I mean, this. I'll just elaborate off of yours. I want to see how T-Rexes get it on. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a good one.
They don't have to get it on. Can we get a fact check on that? I don't know. I actually want to know that because I don't know. I always thought that was just. So females just. That? Well, I knew that they lay eggs, but I thought they had to get it on. No? Well, all right. So yeah, where would you want to go? You're in a bubble. Anything in the world, bro.
I mean, number one would have been the pyramids. See how that happened.
Even Egyptian culture back then, bro. I would love to see how they were thriving in their technology, because they just found that diamond tip drill, bro, or the drill tip that was made of diamond and quartz.
Probably
insane.
Maybe Atlantis, to see if it was real.
That is proven that there was a city and it was underwater. They don't know if it's Atlantis though. Yeah. That was over there in the Greenland area. I forgot what it is, but yeah.
Yeah. See, what is the one with all the politons? What's it called?
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge, yeah. But they figured that out, right?
You said the politons, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, what the?
But they figured it out, right? That it was used for to tell time or something.
It was used to tell when the next eclipse was gonna be.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Because people, that's the only meaning that they've said. Yeah.
Okay.
There's that. Poeton means stone hands, if anybody knows.
Yeah.
So
we're referencing Alex
Barrera fighting on UFC 300 coming. No,
yes,
imagine whole promo and shit. Shout out Dana, but I guess so. That would be yours. You want to see pyramids, even though it's the one thing I said not to say.
No, I literally said like 2-3 things before that.
All right, all right.
What would you choose?
I guess when Hitler got denied from that the art school. I'd want to know what was the turning event for him to be like, you know what, World War II is gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that I would like to see their private life to see if they're really living that life. You know, because I think a lot of it is fake. A lot of it could be just for the press, it's a show, it's a costume.
Oh,
but yeah,
I know what I would want. I'd want to go see either the last or the most viewed fight in the Coliseum. I would love to see some action in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some dome in Rome.
Damn, there are so many places you could pick.
No, actually not Dome and Rome, but you know what I'm saying.
Just maybe go back in time just to see Leonidas fight.
Yeah, one of them.
That'd
Just
be dope.
one of them fight. I would like to see somebody get messed up because it's like watching live leak live.
Yeah.
Like you get to see some good shit out there in Rome, or all that stuff. So I'd say the Colosseum.
All that stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean
but hold on, to cement yours, Colosseum. Mine is gonna be.
His was dinosaurs and getting it on.
Maybe the first. Maybe it's the first. Right. The first.
Yeah.
Walking mammal.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
That'd be a good one.
Were Neanderthals the first ones?
No.
Oh, mammal? Or like I'm thinking of humans and shit. Like, it's like animal and shit.
Yeah, it would have been like some kind of four-legged, fucking freaky Komodo dragon looking thing.
Dude, that'd have been crazy.
That would have been cool to witness that. But yeah, those would be cool, like to see like the first animal that had like walked on this land or something. Or you know what? Even better, the first Native American. What happened there? What were they Asian? Did they cross the
whole bridge?
Yeah.
I do believe in that because I mean the bridge is proven real. Same thing with Pangea. I used to doubt that Pangea was real.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, I used to doubt that it was real because I was like, when I was younger, I was like, what are the facts? And then I found out later that they found fossils on our coast that were connected to what would have been, it just shit like that. I don't know. So, yeah. So I mean, those are all pretty solid.
Oh, you know what? This has always been one of my top ones too. But I just remembered it. The first. I guess it doesn't have to be Columbus, but like the first one of the colonial people. Yeah. The first like white man that like stepped on native land. Yeah.
With the flag in the ground.
That was the start to it all, or when they first stepped foot in Africa and to see like what that was like. Like those are some crazy times in history. What?
Nothing. I was just thinking about.
No, I mean they took over. Like
that's what I was laughing about. It's like back then, bro. As soon as they plant a flag, it's their land.
Yeah.
Bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's
to witness
crazy to me.
First like encounter with the native and the white man.
Like whenever they purchased Manhattan was crazy. I think it started in
Manhattan.
You didn't hear about that?
What are you talking about?
It's a whole different thing. But yeah, it's I don't know. That would be really interesting to see. As soon as they step off the boat, somebody's taking a leak.
Just to be able to witness from afar, like I want to have like a bird's eye view of that.
Yeah.
Because then you're seeing like hell is about to break loose. Like that time was like the time. That was the
dude. That's
one of the most pivotal times in human history.
It was I mean that, and then when Columbus went back over there and he took syphilis back and started spreading disease. A lot of people don't know about that. I mean, the guy was a dick.
Witness that, but yeah.
I wouldn't want to witness it either. Maybe the getting it on part, but I'm saying that he used the fact of like he brought syphilis back and it started spreading disease, and he got it from the natives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then smallpox he brought with him.
I mean, yeah.
Which was worse?
But I mean, syphilis.
Damn.
I don't know, man.
Shout out the natives, man. We love you.
Yeah. Well.
Even though I probably never even met one.
I've only met one, and it might have not even been a real one. Might have not even been a real one.
Fake one.
It probably was a fake one. Just got too much sun.
Damn.
I went over there.
The original human.
Yeah.
Yeah. The OG.
Yeah. Well, no, man. Just to wrap things up, just the last question I wanted to get to was the celebrity one. I was actually curious.
Oh God.
If a celebrity died.
Okay, so that one, the died one.
Yeah.
None of them, man.
Okay.
I mean, when Don Rick was passed, that was I think I got emotional for that one.
Ooh, I can't wait to answer this.
Man, there's so many celebrities that I don't care about.
Damn.
Yeah.
I know mine, 100%. Me. Nah, Paul Walker. I would, bro. I'll never forget. My brother came in. He said, "You sleep?" I said, "What's up?" He's like, your boy just died. And he shut the door. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what? And I remember, like, I was opened up, it might have been Twitter, or it might have just been Google. I was like, Paul Walker. I was like, please. Load it up. I seen it and I started crying. I was like, damn.
That was a sad time.
Yeah, because, like, bro, that is my favorite movie of all time, Fast and Furious.
Damn.
Paul Walker with the lightning, the eclipse, a Supra, Mark IV, all that stuff. 2JZ. Sick foo.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. No, I just don't. Yeah.
Well, you're not really a crazy car guy.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I'm trying to think of like celebrities that.
Oh,
would,
yeah.
You know, yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Any celebrity past?
First off, hold on, I'm a car guy, but I mean, I'm just not into those shit American V8s that you like.
American cars? Yeah. Shut that shit up, man. What about you?
Huh?
Juice
WRLD? The rapper?
Juice, that was a pretty bad one. Oh, it hits me more the more I listen to it. Like, the more I grow into that music. Because when he passed in 2018, December 12th, I think it was.
Muhammad Ali when he passed. I did correct. Because I did want to meet him. I was like one of my goals. Yeah. You remember that, really? Yeah.
Dude, Muhammad Ali. I'll be honest though, man, it wouldn't have been good to meet him at that age. Because, bro, he wasn't even, like, functioning, really.
Yeah, but still, to be able to shake his hand, man, that was an incredible guy.
His work was crazy. He was a crazy dude, man.
Yeah.
Him and Tyson. But Tyson's just a different level of crazy.
Yeah, I don't care to meet him.
I would like to.
Connor, I want to meet him one day.
Oh, like, if I could meet someone today that is still with us?
Yeah, who would you want to meet?
Our 45th president. Just kidding. No, I don't know, man.
I'd love to meet him one day.
Trump?
Yeah.
Doesn't excite me. I don't know.
That would excite me, for sure. Shake his hand.
Honestly, bro.
How are you?
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Probably, like, some icons for me would be, like, I would love to meet Chappelle, Jordan, Tiger Woods.
You'll never meet Jordan.
I would never see Jordan, bro. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, bro. When Kobe passed, I'll never forget that. I was sitting on the couch. I was sitting on there, TV scrolling.
Yeah.
And then ESPN, breaking news, Kobe's, well, we know what happened, but that was a good one. But yeah, anybody you'd want to meet? You too?
I mean, they're already dead.
No, man, not them. The ones that are here with us. If you can meet anybody today.
No.
No.
No, literally, I mean, maybe Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I really would want to meet him.
Magic Johnson?
No. Stay away from him as far as
Damn.
possible.
What's going on? Yeah, whoa. But, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people in history I'd rather meet than people within today.
Gandhi.